Superbowl of Swine is a Memphis tradition. Takes place over 3 days and requires over 500 judges for the last day alone. So come along with the Fatty crew and see what it's all about. How long have you been involved with Memphis in May?
Well, I've been on staff for 9 years. This is my 9th World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest. But I've been involved in this contest actually since just after it began in 1977. I started working on it in 1982.
Wow, so you're a veteran. Can you give us a brief history of the cook-off and how it got to be what it is today?
It started in 1977, actually up in the Orpheum Theater on Main Street here in Memphis. And at that time, there were 20 cooks, a little lady with a little kettle grill. Her name was Bessie Lou Cathy, and she cooked ribs and won the grand champion that year. She got a big $500 prize if she would turn over her secret recipe. And she debated it for a while before she turned it over, and ultimately she did turn it over and got the prize. From that, it moved the next year into Tom Lee Park, where it is today. So it celebrates its 30th anniversary this year. This is the 30th World Championship Barbecue Cooking Contest.
So how many teams are out here?
This year there's 258 competing teams out here. There's about another dozen that are out here to partake of the great views and the great fun and all that goes on with it. It's the world's largest corporate hospitality, I believe.
How does one get here? I mean, do you just pay an entry or do you qualify?
There's both. We lovingly refer to it sometimes as the Superbowl of Swine. And not only can you win your way in, as you can in the Super Bowl, but you can also, through a lottery drawing, get a slot in here.
And Cooker's Caravan, is that a new feature for Memphis in May?
It is. We began doing the Cooker Caravan now just a couple of years ago. We have a lot of people that want to come and experience this, and as the Memphis in May World Championship has grown in its international popularity and national popularity, our health department here prohibits people from eating booth to booth. So what we decided to do was to give people a behind the grill look at all that's going on here. And so it's a guided tour of the teams by some of our best volunteers, and you actually go into the team spaces and learn about the techniques that these world champions here use. You know, there are plenty of cities that claim it, but only Memphis is the barbecue capital of the world, and those other cities that claim it, you know, bless their hearts, they'll just have to keep working, because Memphis is the barbecue capital of the world, and this championship sort of brings, it's springtime, it brings Memphis out here, it brings people from all over the world out here to celebrate and to crown a new world champion in one of the South's, I guess, favorite pastime, which is barbecuing. You know, when you cook outside, you can't help but have a party. People don't cook outside without having that smell waft over and the neighbors come over. And this is just an example of, you know, a backyard cookout with 90,000 of your closest friends.
Backyard cookout gone wild.
That's right.
Some people say 24 karat max was a little bit much, but I wanted to do that because no one had ever done it before.
How long did it take you to actually build the
Well, it took
unit?
9 months research, and then it took about 5 months to build.
So then you integrated the satellite TV and the bar stools and everything?
Right, yeah. We wanted to do a bunch of innovative features that never been done. I get tired of losing things off the truck when we go to cook-off, so what I want to do is put it on the pit where you couldn't lose it. It's all integrated and it's lockable. There's like 14 locks. You lock everything up and it travels beautifully.
Take the center out of it here, get that get rid of that vein and that gob of fat right in there. Look at that. And I said earlier, I like to get down here close to this knuckle in it because you can make the bones pull out easier if you get that heat right next to that knuckle in there. And of course, I'll come over the other side and do the run underneath the skin here, where I can get the seasoning underneath of that. That's the original magic dust.
Is that from?
That's the one that I started out with for a lot of years right here.
Yeah, you want to tell me what's in there?
Same place. Yeah.
You want to tell me what's in that bag?
Over Townsend, they can tell you over there.
He waves a magic wand. Can I have a little sample of that so I can get it analyzed?
He swore secrecy on it supposedly, but. Of course, our cooking process on this thing starts out at about 175, 180 degrees. Theory that the meat will take on smoke when it's cool. When it's hot, it's cooking outward. So 3.5 hours, we just do a slow smoke. Then after that, we move it on up to about 210, 220 degrees, and the whole operation being about 23 hours, including the 3.5 hours we work on it. Use the apple wood and the reasoning. The apple wood, I don't think you can tell the difference in any wood, the taste of the wood itself. It's the density of it, the apple being a lighter.
Well, and I call it a sweet smoke.
Well, you know what I've did before? I've taken little pans of distilled water, put them in grills, and used hickory in that, apple in that, pecan in that. And like I say, I couldn't tell the difference in the taste of the water. And the water being cool, it really absorbs the smoke quick. But I've tried to taste the difference as far as the taste. And like I say, the only thing I can get is the density of it,
Right.
the oak or hickory being in the heavier. You know.
We're cooking 10 pigs at one time in the hogganator.
And so you'll pick the best one and send it to the judges?
We're all to the judges. When they walk up here, go up the door and say, which pig do you want to eat today?
They get their whole hog.
Just like a rib cook that cooks 20 racks of ribs, and a shoulder cook that does 10 shoulders. We're cooking 10 pigs.
Because we can.
Cooking 10 pigs because they can.
When they slide in, there's pipes that come up through it. And all the way across is a water pan, all 50 gallons of water. Try and get the temperature as high as we can between 9 and 12 o'clock. We're using gas to preheat with it. We'll cut the gas off.
Oh, it will be a hog
We
merry-go-round.
got water,
Absolutely.
5 racks, 2 pigs per rack.
Oh, I can hardly wait to come back and see this
The
baby filled
hoganator.
up. Yes.